Well, here I am. Thunder. Thunder's back. What a brutal friggin' week. Now, I'm telling you, anybody that doesn't believe that there's some kind of weather thing happening or weather modification, let me just run down this last week in San Diego, which is you wouldn't know it was San Diego, I'll tell you that. Everybody comes here to like cool off. Well, guess what? It was in the high 90s, sometimes triple digit heat, 30 degrees above normal, and we had 7 wildfires. Boy, wasn't that fun. I mean, it was 85 degrees in my apartment with the air conditioner going, which I hate to use anyway. Unbelievable. A week straight. And then some places had snow. Yeah, well, doesn't that sound like fun? I don't want to, start off this video complaining or being negative, but let's start it off being negative and complaining. Man, I do not want to go through another week like that, and I know there's going to be more. And if you don't think so, well, then I wonder what part of the country you live in, what you're going through. I tell people all the time, I've warned people about what's coming down the road here, and guess what? It's not only, these triple digit heat indexes, but it's also a major friggin' extreme drought. And you got it in California, you got it in Texas, you got it in. If you look at a map, there's splotches of like deep dark red all over the place. Those are droughts. I wish I had a little. I should have got that image for you. Sorry, you'll have to imagine it. Anyway, this is just kind of an update. Campfire Council's moving right along here, except there's progress, and then it's like you take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, or 1 step back, but it's okay. Kind of looking for some. We have funding. Kind of looking for some place or places or in the Camp Verde area of Sedona, around Sedona, Arizona. Well, Camp Verde and Sedona are two separate places, but they're close together. Or maybe Flagstaff. Anything. Let's just get out of here. um, it's pretty intense when it's like much cooler in, say, Flagstaff, Arizona than it is in San Diego. I mean, I'm looking for a office or a some type of space in Arizona in near Flagstaff. I think I might do webinars. I was considering, with the Campfire Council here trying to spread the word, and I am going to do seminars still, but I think I might do some webinars or teleseminars, working on that concept right now. And want to thank all those who really have been donating. Really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you. More and more people are getting interested since things seem to be getting more. I don't see how they could get any more critical. We won't even talk about it. It's just the Ukraine thing's still going on. The money thing's still going on. All these things are still going on. They're just getting worse. They're getting worse. Yeah, and also, to catch up, I've been kind of just chilling out since we had this heat and everything, and I've been working so hard on this Campfire Council thing. I said, I'm taking a break. I started reading, doing some reading. I read some more on the Lakota thing and Crazy Horse, and just fantastic stuff. They had secret societies in the Lakota tribes. They had little groups of people that would get together that were special warriors or special people of the council. Can't remember right offhand. It was either, I think they're the silent ones, or is it the silent eaters? Anyway, they got around in a group and they ate silently. That's why they were called that. And it was an amazing thing because they would, with little words, convey to each other what needed to be done. It was kind of a circle within a circle, inner circle type thing. What needed to be done with the tribe, what needed to be handled in a real efficient fashion. And then you had the Akasita, which are the kind of like a tribal police, inner tribal police that they had. Not guys dressed up with badges and all. No, it was just people within the tribe, the Lakota tribe, that kept an eye on things so they didn't get in trouble, because a lot of the times the young braves would like to just go out and raise friggin' hell and attack ranchers and go after anybody they wanted to, which they were fully entitled to do since they were taking their land and killing their buffalo and their food sources and doing all kinds of things to them. Restraint. They used restraint, and they had an inner council, and they had a kind of an inner warrior society that acted as a safeguard, that were for the people, a policing type thing, only it was real loose. It was like, man, you really had to go out on a limb and do something bad to get in trouble. But and then they just brought you before, they just stopped you or brought you before the council and had a talk with you, say, can't do that. It wasn't like you went to jail or anything. um, or they would talk about admitting certain people into the tribe that weren't of the tribe. Excuse me, like even white people, trappers, stuff like that, people they thought might be beneficial to them. This is what we got to do in the Campfire Council. This is going to be a tribal thing. It's going to be, and you notice I got a picture up here, Sitting Bull. Hope it's showing up. If it isn't showing up, well then imagine Sitting Bull sitting there, or Crazy Horse. Just reading about the Lakota people though, and Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull and all the different names, and I don't know, just reading about being a shirt wearer, because Crazy Horse was a shirt wearer. In other words, a little bit higher status, quite a bit higher status, because of your warriorship capabilities and the fact that people looked up to you. And a lot of times that would get a little bit political, because it would be, okay, we got to have Red Cloud Sun or whatever be the shirt wearer. And so there was a little bit of favoritism sometimes, or a little bit of that going on, but Crazy Horse just bypassed all that shit and got his shirt because the people said, we want him to have a shirt. It was usually made out of some type of uh, skin of an animal. I forget what type skin they used. I think it was a ram skin, something like that. Just beautiful. It had all kinds of lacing on it, colors. And it had special significance that, that person was a shirt wearer. Now, did he always wear that? See, the thing I wanted to tell you is that as much as I admire all of these people, they were just people. They were human like you or I. And everybody, like, we tend to place them on a pedestal because that's where they should be in a sense, but they were just people like you or I, and they made mistakes and they did things. And for instance, Crazy Horse ran off with Black Buffalo Woman, who was one of her first loves, and somehow he didn't get her because her father awarded her to somebody else. She ended up with a guy named No Water, and she didn't really, well, maybe she loved him, but she loved Crazy Horse, and Crazy Horse it was a romantic thing. What can I say? One day it got to be just a little too much, just a little too heated, and they ran off together. They went to some teepee somewhere of a friend of theirs. I forget who it was. I should know this stuff. I'm just being lazy today. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, No Water found out, and he showed up at the teepee where Black Buffalo Woman and Tasuke Wheatgo, or Crazy Horse, or Gigi, were staying, and No Water pulled out his gun as he came through the door, aimed it at Crazy Horse, and shot him in the face. So it hit, right kind of in this area here. And his face was all swollen up, and he had a hard time for a while. He could have died. Of course, it wasn't right for No Water to handle the situation like that. And he got in trouble. Everybody got in trouble. But even though you get in trouble, they realized that, each other was just human, and they had to handle it in a dignified manner, not just go blowing off steam, shooting somebody in the face. And so they had to hide Black Buffalo Woman for a while because No Water was so pissed. And Crazy Horse ended up losing his shirt. I wonder if that's where the term losing your shirt came from, because he was a shirt wearer, and people got upset, said he wasn't setting the right example, where other people didn't care at all. They said, he's human, we like him, let him keep it. He's the greatest leader we ever had, and he was. But you know what he said? He goes, I don't care. Take it. I'd rather not have it. In fact, Crazy Horse didn't want the shirt in the first place, to be truthful with you. When they tried to honor him with that, he just said, I don't think so. And they said, no, you're going to wear it. And then he ended up getting it taken away, and he goes, so? Basically that's what his attitude was. I mean, sure, he felt honored to have it for the time he did. And that's when they retired being a shirt wearer. Believe it or not, they retired it after that. Somebody wanted to give it to Red Cloud Sun or something. They said no. Excuse me. It's we'll just discontinue that tradition after Crazy Horse, who could wear the shirt really, because he wore it better than anybody ever wore it. It's just that incident arise just to show you that, these people are human. So Crazy Horse eventually ended up marrying Black Shawl. I guess he liked women with the name Black in it. I don't know. um, but she was awesome too. And they were all, for the most part, they were pretty honorable. It's just that Crazy Horse had this thing for a black buffalo woman, and she for him since early on. And they had to let it play out. I thought it was an interesting story, or kind of a romantic thing. He did recover from his wound, by the way. His face healed completely. And the women took care of him. They doctored him back up to health, his mother and whoever. He had a scar there, but it's funny because Geronimo got shot in the face too. I don't know how that happened, but that's why he had that little sneer in his mouth too. No, down to the side. Anyway, it was more like, yeah, like that. Looked like he was always mad. Well, he was mad. I'm just rambling today because I'm just relaxing. But I'll tell you, it was a brutal week, man, with that, the weather and just the world heating up too. I don't know how it keeps going. It does though, but it's getting worse. I mean, there are signs of the financial thing and whatever. So that's why it's really important to get out of the cities. Try to get some land somewhere. I'm looking, and I have the resources. Now, if any of you people out there know or want to volunteer help or do anything, I'm looking for a PR person, secretary, somebody that can do everything. Talk to a couple of people, young man, young lady. Don't know yet. I'm gonna take this slow because this is really important, people, that this nonprofit Campfire Council, and there will be a link up here that you can go to and check out the website. Things are happening now, and there have been some opportunities that I'm looking at with land and other other things happening. But I think I might change. I had a certain, you have to go with, you have to flow sometimes. So I think I might go with, I was thinking seminars to get out there and talk to people. And like I said, I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to do some webinars too, maybe, if I get the right equipment for it. I'm just doing this thing on a laptop that you're seeing right now with a some software. So, and this microphone doesn't really turn me on. I mean, I need to get one of those little jobs that you just pin there and it picks up everything. Omnidirectional mic, it's called. This is a kind of a directional mic where you have to speak right into it. And you got the headphones. I don't really need those. So we're going to think about making some stronger looking videos without maybe this, and better lighting and just more professional, maybe TV quality, so that we can communicate with you better. Use technology to our advantage so that we can communicate with you, and maybe even have discussion groups, roundtable things. Got a lot of stuff I'm thinking about here. And Spirit will direct me which way to go. But I know one thing, that there will be a change coming up here, because the wheels are getting greased now, and we can always use volunteers. If you think you can work out of your home and do a PR thing or a secretarial thing or whatever to help us, or if you know where there's, some land, or somebody, and I want to try to keep it in the arid zone, Arizona, because I know it well, and I want to try to keep it up in northern. We'll see. Let's see, what else? I don't know. I think I'll leave it there. Alls I know is that it was a brutal week. I'm telling you, if things keep going like they're going with the weather and everything, and believe me, all you got to do is look around. Got to get out of the cities and get this thing going and hook up with people and re-educate people, and we're going to do a lot of things. We're going to help people with all kinds of resources and modalities and meditations and different ways to heal trauma and to de-brainwash yourself. More and more people are getting interested, and at the same time, like, being aware of the critical mass situation that's taking place on the planet, and being self-protective. It's all we can do. We can try to be tribal, and that's why I'm dipping into a lot of ancient traditions lately. Well, not lately. I've done it, but I mean, I'm exposing them more through this Campfire Council thing, and they will be exposed. So look for some things to be happening here pretty quickly on that level of the council doing things. And if you wanna donate too, even though we're pretty well funded for now, but we can always, there's always room for your donations. So use the donate button on the website up there, or down here there'll be some links too. There's a lot of people I noticed on YouTube that are just getting sick of the same old thing, and they're starting to realize that Thunder has something to say, because I'll write posts on different people's YouTube videos, and all of a sudden, boom, I got 5, 6 more subscribers, and they're interested in this Campfire Council thing, because a lot of them are interested for different reasons. One of the main being that people are coming to the realization that things are getting critical, and they want to link up with a unified people that are thinking clearly and aware and know what's going down. That's one type of person. You got all types of, you got survivalists, people that want to live in nature, people that want to experience the indigenous traditions, people that are free spirits. That's the kind of people we want. Free thinkers. We want people that are aware and know what's happening and that are free thinkers and that are compassionate and have love. But on the other hand, it's like, well, the best way I can describe it is having one foot in the spiritual world, like I said before, and one foot in the physical world, and realizing what has to be done. And we all have to, just accept each other for what we are and live together in unity. There's a lot of people that are hung up out there on their, I can even say some of my family members are hung up. They're hung out to dry, man, with the way they think, or the way, their priorities, or priorities in life as far as, okay, just like you have, priorities in survival when you're in a survival situation, the four main priorities to survive, you have to have those same kind of priorities for dealing with life and surviving life and dealing with all the chaotic conditions we see around us. Sometimes that means not dealing with them at all. Knowing about them and then having the sword of no sword, which is not fighting with it or with each other. Just walking away from it. There's some beautiful modalities that can be used to help people through all this stuff. And I'll get into some of those during the webinars, but I'm going to address things, I'm going to go into areas that I haven't gone into before that a lot of people I've touched on, but I haven't gone deep into it. Okay. Things that can be taught on how to release trauma in your conception. See, the conception that we all have of this reality. And that can be the most important thing. That can change your whole worldview, even if chaos is surrounding you, or even if there's all kinds of things going on. We're going to get into some things that are going to blow your mind. Because nothing is other than what you believe it to be. I've said that so many times. But see, there's a way of, you might say that, you might look at it a certain way, but somebody can say something a certain way that's different than your way to give you another piece of the puzzle. Because it's all up here, including the past, see? It's all up here. And that can be changed. And when that's changed, then your outlook changes. Your world changes because you project what's up here, or you operate off of what's up here. And what's up there might not be benefit to you. So there's ways to, like, poof, discharge the negative energy from that. Turn it around, flip it. I'll be talking about that later. I'm going to do a whole video on this modality called EFT, and I'll talk about that later, but it's tapping different acupuncture points And then we'll do some stuff on NLP, which I'll explain about that later, but EFT and NLP. So there's all kinds of things that we can do to make life better, change our viewpoint, change our attitude, and we all need it. I'm a work in progress. I'm constantly working on it. So anyway, I'm just kind of rambling today because it feels good to just sometimes not have any kind of, I wonder what I'll name this video. The Ramblin' Man or something. No, that's square. The Wanderer. It's good to be a wanderer. You know that? I might name it that. The Wanderer. Because you wander through life and you experience all kinds of different things. And you wonder what the reason is behind them sometimes. Or what that particular event, what the lesson was for you. And nothing is other than you. That's what you have to realize. Just remember that. Nothing that you see or do is other than you. If you're thinking about something that happened in the past with two people, both of those people are you. Okay? So make them do whatever you want them to do. As long as you're going to bring them forth in your consciousness, you might as well play around with it. Play around with the pictures and the sounds and the feelings that you get. Realize them for what they are. Anyway, I think I'll end it there. Check out my books too when you go to the Campfire Council. Check out Emergence. I'm going to have a sale on that pretty soon. And Listen to the Wind, Speak from the Heart. Man, I've been getting some high compliments with that. Going to do a little more PR on that too. So I'll end it for now. Just wanted to let you know that I got through them wildfires. I think there's still a few of them going. And the heat, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, everybody out there, take care. Peace, love, and blessings to you all. And I'll talk to you later. This is Thunder. I'm out of here.